Welcome to the channel On the Way to Mystery. Let's investigate the greatest mysteries of humanity together. Subscribe, leave your like, and let's go to the first mystery. Ark of the Covenant. Origin. The Ark of the Covenant is described in the Bible as the object in which the tablets of the Ten Commandments would have been kept, and also as a vehicle of communication between God and His chosen people. Its construction is guided by Moses, who in turn received divine instructions regarding the shape and size of the object. In the ark were kept the 2 tables of the law, Aaron's rod, and a vessel of manna. Construction. To transport it, 4 rings of pure gold were placed, each one, on the 4 sides of it, 2 on one side and 2 on the other, so that clotheslines could be fitted. The poles for this transportation were also made of acacia and covered with pure gold. The poles were placed in the gold rings, and thus the Ark of the Covenant was carried among the people. On the lid were carved 2 cherubim of gold kneeling and facing each other, with wings stretched forward, touching at the edge. Their faces were turned towards each other, and the wings covered the mercy seat, meeting like an arch. God was present on the mercy seat between the 2 golden cherubim. The tablets with the 10 Commandments written by God were placed inside the ark, a pot with manna and Aaron's staff that budded. The ark was part of the tabernacle set, with many other specifications. She would rest on an altar also made of wood covered with gold, with a golden crown around it. Only the priests could carry the ark or touch it, and on the Day of Atonement, being in sin, he would die instantly. Function and symbology. From the moment the tablets of the 10 Commandments were reposed inside the ark and it was closed, it is treated as the most sacred object, as the very representation of God on earth. The Bible reports complex rituals for being in the presence of the ark inside the tabernacle. Touching the ark was an act of daring that was severely punished, and the Bible tells of some cases where people died instantly just for touching the arkansas. The clotheslines would allow it to be carried without being touched. The ark as an instrument of war. The belief in the active presence of God made the Hebrews, several times, carry the ark at the head of their armies in the battles that took place during the conquest of Canaan. Initially, the ark's presence was sufficient for small Hebrew contingents to annihilate entire Canaanite armies, and when the Hebrew commanders dismissed the ark, they suffered disastrous defeats. The ark in Jerusalem and Solomon's temple. Early in his reign, David ordered the ark to be brought to Jerusalem, where it would be stored in a permanent tent in the district called the City of David. So David began to plan and outline the building of a great temple. However, this work passed into the hands of his son Solomon. In the temple, an enclosure, called the oracle in the Bible, was built of cedar, covered with gold and carvings, 2 enormous cherubim similar to those in the ark, with an altar in the center where it would rest. The enclosure became closed to ordinary citizens, and only the Levites and the king himself could place themselves in the presence of the ark. Disappearance. The Ark of the Covenant disappeared from the biblical narrative after the temple burned. Therefore, there is no certainty of its existence or its destruction. It is possible that, before setting fire to the temple, Nebuchadnezzar's soldiers took all the valuables, including the gold-covered ark, and took it as a prize for the conquest. Once in Babylonian possession, it may have been destroyed for gold, or may have been kept as a trophy. There is a story among some that the ark was removed from the temple and hidden in a safe place before the invaders captured it. The quest for the ark. In any case, the ark has been one of the most coveted archaeological treasures by humanity, and numerous expeditions to Mesopotamia and Palestine were carried out without success. Today there are replicas of the ark in various museums based on biblical descriptions, but the real one has never been found. And then. Did you like it? If you subscribe to the channel, activate the bell and see you next time.